내가 상상했던 것보다 그 이상일 것 같은데 또 지금 다시 상상해버린 그 상상보다 훨씬 더 그 상상 그 이상. 날 사랑했던 사람 이제는 만질 수 없지만
Hi! The last time I did a video was on November, and it was basically a video about taekook moments that were so questionable I couldn't get them out of my head. But the last time I did a video like this one was way before that, and since a lot of you have been asking, I decided to just make a video and talk about my opinions and stuff. Before starting the video, this video is a theory video. It might seem overanalyzed to you, or it might not. It just brings possibilities and theories. None of us know who BTS members are with, who they love, what their sexualities are. It's all just the things that we can assume, and they are the only ones who actually know the real answer. But there's a possibility for anything, and this video focuses on taekook and the possibility of them being together and having feelings for each other. You don't have to watch it if you're here just to act woke. Do all of us a favor and close the tab if that's what you want. This content is clearly not for you. Like always, keep in mind that analyses are theories, not facts, so they can be right or wrong, and you need to have enough maturity to do your own researches as well and make up your own mind. The video is also not here to prove anything or say why anyone thinks taekook is real. If you're looking for a video explaining those things, just feel free to check my playlist called If You're New. There will be enough videos that can answer a lot of your questions. But they are just my personal theories, though, keep that in mind. My channel focuses on taekook and their bond in every way. It can be brotherly, friendship, exes, actual lovers, and I would still love them the same way. But this video specifically is for those people who already think taekook is real and want to know a general update of the things that have been happening and what that means for them and the reason behind them. So if you're new to my contents and you want to watch until the end before commenting, because I assure you, I've already heard whatever you have to say. In case whatever you have to say is about how we shouldn't assume things and they're just boys and we need to respect them, in that case, please just reflect on yourself, because there's nothing wrong with people loving each other or assuming that two people can love each other in any way. Like, since when? That's wrong. Stop being so homophobic. I don't welcome that on my channel at all. A lot of people are in relationships in the K-pop industry. Many are gay or bisexual, some are straight, and many are dating people in the same group. For the ones that are dating, there are usually 3 stages, or at least 3 stages that I like to call when these things happen. SI, CIO, or CO. SI or stay in means that they hide, they barely show anything unless necessary. They barely let the fans know anything about their relationship with the other person. CIO, or coming into open, means that they're trying to hide it as well, but they let things slip. They're chill, they don't try too hard to hide everything, and they still show their feelings here and there. They're matching things all the time and don't change things just to hide whatever they have. CO, or coming out, means a couple actually says that they're together. But Taekook obviously has never really got to the third stage. I always said that they got the closest to that stage during 2018, which was coincidentally, or not, the year that they were planning not to be together as BTS anymore. But I don't think they had it any other time. And during the time that they were dating, which was to me around late 2015 onward, they were just going back and forth between CIO and SI stage. Keep in mind that BTS has been BTS for nearly 10 years and we never had any subunits for Taekook. They posted roughly around 30 selfies together on Twitter. We only have like two live streams. One of them was from Taeyong going to Jungkook after fans asked him. And the other one was a live stream on Children's Day. Because, of course, Taekook will always be children to their company. And them feeling awkward and with a lot of staff in front of them, making it even more awkward, and telling them to do, make crafts, which, by the way, they admitted that they didn't even like doing. Taekook is the most popular ship in K-pop industry. They always win all the polls. Google says it. Almost everyone in K-pop knows them, and the news outlines never shut up about them. Especially websites like Dispatch that were once rumored that they wanted to release information about a gay couple in the same band with 2 years apart difference of age, but they didn't because they didn't want to get sued. Coincidentally or not, Dispatch is also attached to BTS by the hip all the time. Just look at how many contents they get from BTS. One of the things that actually blew my mind was about a year ago. You all know about this. Remember the original rumor? A lot of people were mad, but they were mostly mad because the bar that they were rumored to be at was. But then Dispatch comes and does something that a lot of people hated them for. But it actually just overshadows what we all saw and what a lot of people were actually mad at, and sort of made the whole controversy less of a controversy. In other words, they said that, yeah, it happened. They confirmed it, but they said that it didn't happen on the controversial place you thought it happened. What made me laugh was that just a few months after this whole thing, they did another photo shoot with them and gave them more contents for their decon. And honestly, decon photo shoots are always some of their best photo shoots. At least it's my personal opinion. The members all look so relaxed. It seems like they trust whoever is taking the picture a lot, and that kind of blows my mind considering how many people think that Dispatch is actually like their biggest enemy, or how many times Dispatch has done or said things that on the surface seem like they just hurt the members, but every time it seems like there are actually way more to the story than what the fans think. I always knew that the relationship between companies and other companies or news headlines were much different than what the fans could suspect. But the more I follow some news, the more it's evident that there is no black and white in this industry. A lot of things that seem horrible are actually on purpose, or at least they seem that way. I'll never forget the day I said that it was strange how a lot of things were going bad with Dispatch and Big Hit, and a lot of people were saying that Dispatch and Big Hit, stopped whatever contract they had, but Dispatch was still advertising Decon for BTS on their Instagram page. And then just a few days later, it was all gone. Poof. Trust me, I know how I sound like. You're probably thinking, oh my god, stop being delusional. They don't know about your channel, they've never watched it. And I tried to deny it for myself because of my anxiety for so long. But I do know that they know about my channel. My channel has hundreds of different contents. A lot of them are focused on Bon Voyage, a lot of them are public, and I'm allowed to show them, except for three that even never took them down about 3 years ago. I almost lost my channel, but I fought and took them all back. But then Big Hit actually blocked all three for worldwide view. So no one can really watch it, but I still have it and it doesn't really affect my channel. One of them was an analysis I did of 2018 summer package, and it actually was the summer package with the most taekook moments out of all summer packages. And the other two were just two of the videos I had out of all my Bon Voyage videos. It happened after they already got a few 100,000 views. It's something that almost never happens because they either just give the copyright from the start automatically or they do it when they actually have a problem with the content. Fast forward to this year, 3 years after I posted them, I tried to just change them a little bit so it can actually fit fair use even better. But they still took down the video, the same videos. Keep that in mind. Let me remind you that during this time, I was still posting videos, even about other Bon Voyage series. But they still took down the same videos that were taken down by them 3 years ago. Let that sink in. It means that my channel has been monitored for years now, and somehow they didn't want me to post those three videos even after years. And I know that there are at least hundreds of people emailing Big Hit about me every day for things that they only assumed, but obviously Big Hit knows better. They have been monitoring me. Some of you might say that it was because it was a copyright content, but like I said, all of my contents are the same. They all have some sort of copyrighted contents. But based on US law and YouTube policy, a fair use is any kinds of copying of copyrighted materials done for a limited and transformative purpose, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. Such uses can be done without permission from the copyright owner. My videos are analyzed, as it means they all are made literally to comment and criticize. They are transformative and edited, and that is why I have to heavily edit some of my videos. I have to transform them from the original to something that I can actually use and can fit the copyright system. And they're all limited. For example, the first video that they took down was 20 minutes long or so, but it was from two different episodes of Bon Voyage that were at least 40 minutes long, and the behind the scenes that were also 10 minutes long, and a reaction video BTS posted for the first video. Put them all together, and then keep in mind that I speak a lot, and a lot of that video was just text I put there, not even the scenes. So do you think that 20 minutes is actually gonna do anything from the original? No, obviously you're gonna have to go and watch the original to understand everything. But it still has enough moments to explain what I was actually trying to say. No matter how you look at it, my videos feel all sides of fair use contents. And based on YouTube policies, they shouldn't have taken it down. So excuse me for asking myself how they even found those videos again after 3 years, and why would they feel so threatened by an analysis video of a content they already released. And yes, I talked to YouTube about it. They confirmed that they were the ones who did it. I don't know if it was because I called them out for badly editing and directing the videos to the point that Tae was seen as like some sort of bad guy or in a negative way to a lot of people. Or not, but that's my biggest guess. Going back, I don't want to get too lost in this subject. What I'm saying is that Taekook's situation has always been strange, and they have been stuck on the SI stage more often than not. That's exactly why when people get in the fandom at the beginning, they either think that they could hate each other or they just don't know each other, they don't care about each other, even though it's far from the truth. Most of the contents we're getting were from fan videos, not official contents. So with COVID here and us barely getting any contents that weren't heavily edited or butchered by the company, of course it's going to seem like there's nothing to look at anymore. In my opinion, they have been in the SI stage for the past 2 years, or even 3 years. The only time they got out of that stage was around November to maybe March of next year, but it was also back and forth. I think January is their anniversary if they actually have one. So it's not strange to me that during that time we got more things. But also keep in mind that this is the time we usually get a lot of award shows, and that's usually when a lot of take moments happen. So with Corona here and them not being able to do any fan signs, any concerts, any live reactions to anything, or any airport contents that were taken by fans and not big hit. I mean, they are still public contents, but not edited by their company as if they're also trying to avoid a copyright strike or something. So it would be strange if we get anything questionable from the things that we're actually getting. Those things just always come when the company needs it, when they need to either keep us take cares to stay or just to get people distracted. But let's face it, the company doesn't give a shit about take cares. They really don't. Watch every content we've been getting recently. Memories of 2019 was 10 hours of them showing everything, even the moments we knew Taekook were having during the times they were showing. But they still caught all those moments. We knew those moments existed. The last winter package too, the fact that they had units with every single member even twice or three times, but none with each other was just ridiculous. The way they almost never pair them unless they have to, or it's something unimportant, or just to prove that, hey, this is just fan service, this is why we're giving it to you, is just baffling to me. To some people, it might just be them protecting Taekook, but with the amount of hate Taekook is getting, how people easily get triggered by them and hate to them just for them existing, I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like protecting at all. It seems actually harmful. People get triggered even when they hear Taekook, even though Taekook is basically just a unit name. Taekook themselves brought up. So, what's up? It doesn't seem like protecting anymore. It doesn't have to be this severe. Even when they do let them be free, first they just get them to say something as if they aren't always connected by the hips, as if they don't know each other as friends or even bandmates, and they need to do something in front of the cameras to make it up. That's just so ridiculous. I can't. During the same time they were filming that, we had a lot of contents that showed that they were actually doing okay. They didn't have any problems talking to each other or being around each other, but of course, this is the kind of content big kid things we want, or anyone wants. Honestly, lately I have been feeling really insulted by the company. Not even just as take good care, we've been getting insulted because of them uh, for years anyway. But even as an army, it's just that I see BTS saying that they're really busy, but in the past 2 years or so, they haven't really shown that many new stuff other than them preparing B album, which was their own idea, not the company's idea. You're telling me that during the pandemic, only Yoongi got to release a mixtape. They got no offers for acting, any other reality shows that they used to get to. I have been talking about this with my friends for months now. So when Let's BTS or quiz happened, I actually ended up being really happy. It has been so long since I even have seen BTS interact with other idols that aren't already part of Big Hit. For example, the time they wanted Tae or Jungkook on a show, what happened to that? Why are most of those kinds of projects cancelled? I have a hard time believing all seven of them just didn't want to do any sort of projects like those. Personally, I just wish Big Hit would stop treating BTS like this group that they had and were really great, but now they're just waiting for them to enlist and, give everything to the next generation to take over. They are the generation right now, they're under 20s. Maybe that's not what they're doing, but that's how it looks like to a fan like me. But it feels like they're focusing way more on other groups that they have than BTS when it comes to making new contents or new ideas. Army as a whole needs contents to get to know the boys, their personalities, their songs, to remember the kind of people they're actually following. We can't just survive on run episodes. I mean, I can, but the fandom is really big, and let's be realistic here. But at the end of the day, I am just a fan and I can say how the whole thing looks like from my perspective. And don't get me wrong, I actually love giving the boys time for their mixtape or to just get ready.
Next mixtape, JK.
JK. Oh,
really?
Really?
Let's go.
But looking at it subjectively, Jungkook has been teasing about his mixtape since 2018. It's 2021. They said it would come out that year, but it hasn't. And the only way we got to even hear them was through him putting it in an album or in a new, group project content. For example, Your Eyes Tell or Stay. The fact that Tia had to be like, hey, let's put it on the album says a lot, because why is it okay for us to hear it on an album, but not if he does it on his own? Or even Taeyang himself, saying how many times he had to change the lyrics of Blue and Gray because he was asked to tone it down on the negative parts, or how he couldn't release a song because they wouldn't let him release it the way he wanted to, because apparently it's weird to release that song with another man, is just kind of bothering to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's really upsetting. I mean, did he say he wouldn't release his mixtape because of that, or because he wasn't ready? Because it seemed like he was ready. He seemed so sure that he was gonna release it in a month or two. He promised to let us hear at least one of the songs in the start of this year and then one in the middle of it, and we didn't get anything in the start. I mean, what happened to that? I'm just saying I don't have to be a taekwoker to wonder about these things. All members need solo projects, along with their group projects, because that way their individuality shines better. And when you put them in a group, you know that they have personalities, this talent and that talent, because you've already seen their individual act. So you know that altogether they're even better than you've originally thought. Imagine not having euphoria, or not having serendipity, stigma, wake, reflection, first love, ego. What if Tang would never act in Hurang? We'd never get Sweet Night because he would never meet Park Sejun. What if he wouldn't go on Celebros with Minje? His moments with Minje were so iconic, people still talk about it. Imagine this collabs with other artists wouldn't happen. These were always some of the most exciting things Army has experienced. We love all seven of them, but the reason the fandom was formed this way is because of the different elements that we got. And if they don't see all seven shine on their own too, then how can we have a bigger seven, you know? They're still young. We're still interested in them. We still love them. Please let us see them and experience with them more. Long story short, this is why every time people complain about lack of taekook moments, I don't even react because we get any moments, even group moments at all anyway. I have seen enough of taekook in the past few years to think they could love each other. And the recent moments actually helped it because none of the other units get treated like them. You never see how heavily their staff is influencing them in the other units' live streams. You never see the pressure of them acting in certain ways. You never see the heavy edits for other popular units. They use Taekook just to make money, or at least that's how it seems like. I mean, just look. Most of the Taekook moments we get are unpaid contents. And some of them are in contents that most army can't even see. For example, the kiss in army kits that if, people wouldn't spread it around, we wouldn't even know it existed because only some selective army could see that. I can't imagine how stressing it must be for Taeyang and Jungkook. So of course, they would be stuck in the SI stage because it is a time we only get official contents from people who are barely trying to give them new or exciting program, even as a whole group. At the end of the day, I'm just a fan. I stream their music. I try to get people to love them in any way they are. And I'm just an army. I don't expect more from the boys. I kind of expect more from the company. I know the boys are already giving us their best. But I think the company could do a lot better considering how BTS is the reason they're this big to begin with. I want to keep respecting this company, We don't need big proofs for Taekook. Frankly, we already have whatever we need. If we want to believe or not to believe. We just want them to be free. We don't want them to censor themselves in their songs just because of what we feel. A song is the most beautiful when the artist can put their rawest feeling in it. I mean, just listen to The Last from Agosti and you will get me. Like always, please keep in mind to be respectful to everyone. There is no competition between ships, and it's okay to stay to your mind. We are told by our idols to speak ourselves after all. There is no force for you to believe or not to believe in a ship. We're not a cult. It's just us saying possibilities in case something happens, because at the end of the day, the most important part of this whole experience as a shipper is to keep in mind that we don't know anything, but we need to love and support the boys no matter what happens, no matter who they're dating, who they love, they're going to be the same and their bond is going to be precious. So please let's be more considerate and loving toward each other and the boys, because just like how Taekookers only have the boys and ourselves, the boys only have their families, each other, and us.
But I still want you.
내가 상상했던 것보다 그 이상일 것 같은데 또 지금 다시 상상해버린 그 상상보다 훨씬 더 그 상상 그 이상.
정국아 사랑한다.
오래오래 사랑하세요. 비정국.